This year, the Colts will be celebrating their 40th season in Indianapolis. So to honor that, I was going to make a top 10 Indianapolis Colts video of all time, but a YouTuber making his top 10 list is pretty much a dime a dozen. It's nothing special. So to spice it up a little bit, I asked Chat GPT and artificial intelligence to put together its list of the top 10 Indianapolis Colts. So let's go ahead and take a look at that list right now. Coming in at number 10 is the pass-catching tight end, Dallas Clark. I think the spot's pretty good for Clark. I think he is a top 10 Indianapolis Colt of all time. Manning used him in so many different ways, whether it was a slot, whether it was a tight end. Sometimes they lined him up even in like a split backfield look. 2009 was his best year. He caught 100 catches, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns. That Manning to Clark connection was just so fun to watch for so many years, and just his unique way of just killing linebackers and safeties. I loved me some Dallas Clark in the 2000s. So coming in at number 9 is Gary Brackett, according to Chat GPT. I probably would have put Clark over Brackett, honestly, but it says that Brackett was known for his football IQ. He was a tenacious defender, undersized guy. And you know what? He really was just a good, strong leader on that Colts defense. He played here for 9 seasons, really helped us win a lot of games. I like Gary Brackett. I think he was a good underdog story if you want to look into that. But I might edge Dallas Clark over Gary Brackett in terms of a top 10 Indianapolis Colt list. At number 8, and this one might be controversial to some, but it's Andrew Luck. Luck was the face of the franchise after Peyton Manning left. The amount of pressure that Luck had coming into the league and to really, I think, reach some great heights, even though he didn't ever win a Super Bowl and his career got derailed by injuries. I think we all know where that team was heading with Luck, and I think that's what kind of hurts so much about it. But ultimately, ChatGPT says, hey, Andrew Luck is the number 8 greatest Indianapolis Colt of all time. Let me know what you guys think about that one. I'm a little curious about your thoughts on that. And also beyond that, just give me your list. I love rankings and I love lists, and I would love to see the human view on the top 10 Indianapolis Colts of all time for people who have actually watched this stuff happen. At number 7, we have Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday played with the Colts for 13 years, 6-time Pro Bowler, Manning's partner in crime. Obviously, there's the infamous video where Peyton Manning and Jeff Saturday are fighting back and forth. But look, I love Jeff Saturday. I know some fans took his name and drug it through mud this past season when he spent some time coaching, but cannot blame Jeff Saturday for what he walked into. What a player he was, and definitely a top 10 Indianapolis Colt in my mind. Moving on, though, to number 6, according to ChatGPT, is Edgerrin James, the greatest Indianapolis Colt running back of all time, even though possibly Jonathan Taylor could give him a run for his money at some point. Offensive Rookie of the Year, 1999, 4-time Pro Bowl selection. The triplets, when you think of Edgerrin James, you think of Manning, Harrison, and James. That was fun to watch. That was dynamic, and they won a lot of games together, and definitely a one of the best Colts of all time. NFL Hall of Famer, though. Maybe too low. Maybe too low. I don't know. Moving on to number 5, Robert Mathis. 14-year pro with the Colts. He is a 5-time Pro Bowl selection. The dude knew how to knock the football loose from quarterbacks coming off that edge. He would swat that ball, cause fumbles. Number 4 is his partner in crime, though, Dwight Freeney. And this is interesting. I know a lot of Colts fans maybe debate about this on who the better was. I personally think that it got it right with Dwight Freeney over Robert Mathis, because I think Freeney's peak was better than Mathis's peak in a way. Freeney, 11 seasons with the Colts, 7-time Pro Bowler. Just that spin cyclone coming off the edge, roasting left tackles, spin, hitting Tom Brady. I love Dwight Freeney. He was a force to be reckoned with. Before we get into the top 3, I do want to say Homage is a company we've been working with, and they do all sorts of apparel, but they do NFL apparel. They actually gave us some shirts to wear. In our description, I have a link to all the Indianapolis Colts vintage clothes they put together. Pretty cool stuff, including an Anthony Richardson shirt. So check that out. But now back to our top 3 now. According to ChatGPT, it's got Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne, what a career he had with the Colts. 14 years with the Colts. He caught passes from Manning. He caught passes from Luck. 6-time Pro Bowler. When I think Indianapolis Colts, obviously we think Peyton Manning, but I might Reggie Wayne's pretty high up that list. He is pretty high up that list. A fan favorite, Reggie Wayne's corner, crowd chanting Reggie Wayne. And he stuck with this team after Manning was released. He had an opportunity to go wherever, could have gone to Denver, could have gone to wherever. And he believed in Chuck Pagano, and he wanted to help Andrew Luck develop. So I might, for that reason alone, I might move Wayne up this list to number 2, but it gets dicey. And Chat GPT has at number 2 Marvin Harrison, 7-time Pro Bowler, all sorts of records he's had, single season reception record he had. Manning and Harrison was probably the most dynamic, statistically, is the most dynamic receiver to quarterback combination of all time. And I think statistically, and probably again at the peaks of their careers, Harrison was probably better than Reggie Wayne. But these guys are so close. I mean, so close. It's hard for me to pick, so I'm glad the AI is picking. Again, let me know what you guys think too on that one. Who do you think is the greater Indianapolis Colt? We're splitting hairs here. These guys are all legends. And then obviously at number 1, we have Peyton Manning, the greatest Colts quarterback, greatest Colts player in team history. 14 seasons with the Colts, 5-time NFL MVP, all sorts of awards. Super Bowl 41 champion, beating the Bears, really is a reason the Colts have Lucas Oil Stadium and maybe are still in Indianapolis. Obviously, he did go to Denver and his career ended with another team, but you cannot discredit what Peyton Manning means to the Colts, the fan base, and the city of Indianapolis. The guy changed the city line. He truly did. Now, I am curious about what you guys think. And when you put together your list, don't forget that this is an Indianapolis Colts list. We're celebrating 40 seasons in Indianapolis. So and Johnny Unitas is a big time guy that people are probably wondering why he's not on this list. This is a Indianapolis Colts list. Some honorable mentions of guys who I watched that Chat GPT didn't include, who might have maybe beat out some of these guys. Tart Glenn at left tackle. The guy was a force. I think about Bob Sanders. He was hurt a lot, and I don't think he is a top 10 because how much he was hurt, but I loved watching him play. And Antoine Bethea. I loved watching Antoine Bethea play at safety. The guy was just a consistent pro, just steady, and he played for a long time. He really did. I loved me some Antoine Bethea. Guys, I'm kind of fanboying here a little bit, but that's all right. As we do what we want on the Common Colt podcast. Make sure if you could just take a moment to subscribe to our channel, comment maybe your thoughts on this list that ChatGPT came up with. And if you want to keep hearing more Colts content, stay tuned and we'll definitely have some coming out. So we appreciate you watching and have a great day.